And joining me now to discuss that is Bob Ray, former permanent representative and former ambassador of Canada to the United Nations. Mr. Ray, sir, welcome.
Thank you, Renee. Good to be with you.
President Donald Trump says the U.S. has to have Greenland. How concerning are those remarks for Canada and for respect for sovereignty in the Arctic?
Well, I think they're concerning for everybody, in more than just a little bit. I think they're deeply concerning to not only Canada, which is Greenland's closest geographic neighbor, but as well as Denmark and NATO countries, Europe generally. And I think any vulnerable, smaller country would feel very vulnerable faced with that kind of a position. But you know, Renee, the doubling down thing is part of the Trump playbook. I mean, along with attack, doubling down, don't admit to anything, and if you don't get your way, claim total victory. So we're watching this playbook on a day-by-day basis. But I think Canada's Prime Minister today spoke very clearly on behalf of Canadians about our playbook, which is very different. And the first thing is play by the rules. And I think that's a very important principle.
What's your response, and how concerning is it when Donald Trump, when asked how far he's going to go to acquire Greenland, he just replies, "You'll find out"?
Well, again, this is all this is how the president does business. And he tries to create a climate of fear, and he tries to intimidate, and that's the strategy that he follows. And it's up to the rest of us to say, okay, but that's not what we're going to do. And we're just going to have to see to what extent the strategies that we put out, based on principle, working with allies, working with other countries, working with like-minded people who believe in the rules, how far we can go to persuading the president that if it's security he wants, and that's what he's worried about, then I think everybody in the region is ready to work on the security issue with the United States and with everybody else. But if it's territory that he wants, that's a different story, and that will create a different response.
I want to get your thoughts on the Truth Social posts that Donald Trump put up early this morning. Maybe we can bring it up if we have it. I believe we do. But these are doctored. No, this isn't the correct one. If we can bring up the photo of. No, that's not. It's the photo that shows an American flag essentially over Canada, the U.S., Venezuela, Greenland. Is that something that would terribly concern Carney behind the scenes, do you think?
Well, I think it reflects what he knows, and that is that the President of the United States does not take Canadian sovereignty seriously. He's said over many months, in many different ways, in many different comments, that he thinks Canada should be the 51st state. And he said the same thing about Greenland. He wants that territory. He claims now to be, quote, running Venezuela. So it's obvious that the imperial reach of the United States is going as far as it ever has in American history and in our history. And we've successfully rebuffed the United States in the past, and I think we'll just have to continue to work together with fellow Canadians and with other countries to make sure that we're ready to defend our sovereignty. And I think the president would be making an enormous mistake if he made the mistake of underestimating the determination of Canadians and our willingness to pay the price and to pay the sacrifice in order to maintain our sovereignty. I think all of us who are patriots would say to the president, you're entitled to be patriotic about your own country, but keep your hands off Canada.
All right, that is our time. We'll have to leave it there. Mr. Racer, thank you very much for this.
Thank you, Renee.